Hey guys, it's DbdKmp. Hey guys, it's DbdKmp, the best in the house, and welcome back to another after video. I'm trying to do this, and it keeps trying to come stupid searches that won't go away. I've had to delete it several times now. It should never pop up, but anyway, let's not talk about it. Brent Spiner. Okay, I thought it was two N's, but whatever. Okay. See, best known for his portrayal of Android Data. And they say what, because like they're trying to just say, I'll be honest, and I'm not really proud of this, but sometimes I only wash my hands for 19 seconds. What does that matter? First page, sort of a relief to know I'm past person age. Okay. See, Brent Spiner supposedly is, what made him famous was Night Court. No. If you look up Night Court, just people keep trying to spread the misinformation about how what made him famous was this show. And in order for that to happen, from what I understand right there, is you'd have to be on the show enough. One little bit don't mean nothing. I mean, and speaking of death, stuff I don't really like to talk about, but old shows from way back then, I hate to, I would hate to see them, but even if I've never seen the show, which I have a little bit, but not too much of it. Anyway, they die. Oh yeah, a lot of people have died from the show, no doubt, and this show is not even on anymore. A lot of shows do that from even way back in. Then even the 18 is dead and gone. Even if actors actually still are alive, shows just die eventually. There's no more to it. They might move on to different projects, with different characters, or different actors that play different characters that have nothing to do with what you originally saw, like Star Trek, for example, the original series. And, well, sure, there's different generations, like the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, followed by Voyager. Even though they went into the same premise of the 24th century, continuing on from TNG, but there's always, damn this ear, wait. So yeah, but I mean, it's the one thing you hate to see is shows to die, shows dying, but they eventually do, and it's unfortunate. I mean, shit, you could recast the entire role of them and put them in a whole different another series, but they won't be the same leading role. They can make like parodies and stuff like that if they want to, like they do on Saturday Night Live. God, I can't remember the name of the show now. Well, it was a show that used to have their own deal. This little cartoon miniseries as well. So they separated that. I think they also had other things going on once they separated it, but it was called Mad TV. That's what it was. I remember now. And the sitcom featuring these other people, they didn't have like a general host on the show. They just, came in, and that was it. But their main cast was there. And not to say that people weren't guest celebrities on it. They just weren't anybody hosting it like they did with SNL. But yeah, I mean, hell, you think those shows would end, or at least Saturday Night Live would have. No. But sadly, though, Mad TV did end. The kind that had all those people on there. They did eventually end the show. Even though they did kind of go out the air and then come back on the Comedy Central, they kind of, and had repeats and stuff like that. Yeah, they retired the show completely. So, there's no more of that. So, but, I mean, there's whole kinds of shows that I hate to see end. Even the newest ones of the, like, iteration of Star Trek, the first iteration, of newer shows that came out and everything else. Victorious and iCarly died. I mean, that show didn't last as long as any old shows. Danny Phantom was crazy as hell. They didn't end that properly at all, to be honest. It made no sense. The entire show, Danny Phantom was actually in love with this woman, and she was in love with him, and that kind of always, even though that there's this other woman that was in love with him, and that didn't work out, so eventually they just threw it together in the movie like that made any sense. That's what was ever seen in the movie. They never said anything about whether or not they were in love or his former crush or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I don't even think she was in the movie. But yeah. So there's your facts right there. For all you people who want to know how Brent Spiner came about to be, even though he may have appeared in Night Court, he wasn't actually, not what made him famous. It started him on that road, but he's also had other many casting roles, stuff like that. But his one true thing that made him famous was, and always will be, Data. Because he was more on the show with that than he was with any other show. And even though he's going to be in a recurring role, not with Data anymore, but as Dr. Noonien Sung's son. So pretty much there's that. Which I hate to see it end to a robot or android that we will never see again because, thing is, he was supposed to live for centuries. Or it's about as long as the Q. I mean, that's another thing I didn't understand about the Q is that, they live for centuries, but something about them dying or something, I don't understand that. So, with that, I mean, you hate to see it happen, but it does. I mean, sure, you might find different shows and stuff like that to watch in the meantime, but, or like once they've ended, you know. But other than that, you might be asking, well, what was the point of it? Well, because it was just something to entertain you with, and they can only bring out so much before you have to bring in another generation anyway, so technically I guess that makes sense, you know. Oh, I just saw lightning. But yeah, I mean, I just want to quickly talk about that, and I might have to call on the schedule. I have no umbrella. Great, it's coming down. That's so much for me going out. I may have to call in and cancel. But anyway, so yeah. Yeah. And I don't know why I keep saying I'm going to pick a random day. I was just actually choosing to do it on maybe Friday or Monday. If I decided to do like a bunch of, pick a random, what I meant was to say, picking a random playthrough that I'm currently working on. And I don't mean like ones that are put on hold. I mean, unless I've got like a way to actually better record them, you know, or play them, or both. Technically, it'd have to be both anyway. Speaking, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I had to pick. Well, maybe I'll just do it 2 days a week. I don't know. Depends on how things go. But again, depends on if it's cool enough and I can actually relax enough to actually go, okay, so this is when I'm going to record. Now, I'm not going to promise or guarantee that that's going to be an effective thing, but I'm definitely going to try. You know. Actually, because Monday, I can split the day off halfway off. I mean, it's not like I'm not off anyway for the rest of the day from doing a recording. It's just, I try to record as much as I can, but I don't want to overdo myself. I don't mind recording, like, you know, whatever I can for the day, for whatever I do, and then that way that gets that set out. But you see, the more I can do, not to really finish out the series, the more, you know, the more I put out there, the more I can at least already have at least a few weeks at least ahead of time, if I go that route, which I'm not even sure how many weeks I can pull off. And without putting a big old backlog and releasing one or something every other week, something like that. But I'd like to have a full week's worth, you know, if that makes any sense to you. Definitely starting from Sunday, because that'll be the 3-video Sunday. I might even have like more into that, but that depends on how much more we have into that and what's going on. Like with SimCity. SimCity right now, it's on a standstill. because I don't know what to do with it right now, and because I just have hell with live. Hell, to be fair, hell, so has been anything else that I've been mainly recording, which is Final Fantasy VI, Illusion of Gaia, and TN, The Enigma. You know, which I may change the title to that, just call it T1, or something like that. I don't know. But I know that I also needed to up the views. Now, it's not because I want to take away views from what I have going on already. It's because, let me turn on the screen, it's giving me a headache, sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, literally, you know, I just need more than 0 views. 0 views is crap. 3 views is actually the main standard goal. Oh, well, excuse me. Okay, so he was playing in a recurring role. Are we still recording? Okay, good. Bob Wheeler in 7 episodes of Night Court in Season 3. Seasons 3 and 4. Spinner has appeared in TV series Deadly Games, Dream On, Frasier, Friends. I don't remember him being on Friends, but okay. Gargoyles, Law and Order, Criminal Intent, Mad About You, and The Outer Limits. I don't know. I'm getting dizzy as tough right now. But yeah, even right there, it's not saying that's what made him famous. But then again, I guess he was kind of famous from there. I'd say mainly famous, but he wasn't known from that. Better known as Data and not Bob Wheeler. Because whenever you think of Brent Spiner, you don't think of Bob Wheeler because, you know, sure, it's nice to visit old times and everything. So I was wrong. But anyway, what do you want? I'm not human, but I do make mistakes. But I'm still not wrong about this. That he wasn't that famous. Is that people, cause see, what it is that he's not as famous as people keep making him out to be. Like, this is what really made him famous. Not really. As a matter of fact, you know, it made him, I would say, famous, but not as much as you keep claiming he is. Just, but music director Boone for his portrayal of Android. Okay, so there you go. Best known, that means he was more famous because of Data. But I would say he was famous because of a lot of things then. But the main thing that made him famous above all else was Android Data. So that's bullshit. That did not make him famous. What made him famous was this. So literally, I just typed it in there. What made Brent Spiner famous? Well, to be fair, when you think about it, a lot of things made him famous, but what gave him the best mainly thing was, again, data. You can't outbeat that. I don't care where he was originally or anything else. At one point or another, he's played many, many roles just like that. See, it even says right here. See, IMDb is the legit source for anything out there. It says right there, biography. Brent Spiner's primary claim to fame is his portrayal of the beloved android Data on the television series Star Trek The Next Generation. So whoever keeps trying to put out there that what made him famous was Night Court is bullshit. So, I mean, you know, it's one thing to say that it's a belief, and that's not bullshit, but it's not, but it is bullshit to say that it actually claim that when there's no actual evidence to that. So therefore, you're wrong. But see, again, he's had many, many major roles besides Night Court. Damn, my ear's doing it again. Making me a little bit more louder than I should be, but anyway. Yeah, look at that. Born February 2nd, 1949, I mean. Yeah, I could be wrong. Sometimes they are wrong about that, but you know. See right there. His parents, William Schwartz, Jack Spinner, owned and operated a furniture store from a blah 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 blah. Oh wow. See, I didn't know nothing about his parents. I don't typically like go searching for people's background story about what happened to his actual parents and stuff like that, unless it's an actual character. I mean, no disrespect or anything, but I've never gone to that link. But yeah, if you want to look it up, yeah, there you go. I'll read more about this in another time because right now I'm just too dizzy and I got a headache. So I bookmarked it so that if I want to bring it up, we can, and we'll read more about it in another time. But in the meantime, that's Brent Spiner for you. And there you go. It's not Bob Weither or Night Court that made him primarily famous. Now, again, you know, the proof is that it wasn't the only show, but what mainly made him famous above all else will always be ultimately a Data, because that's who he's best known as, not Bob Weither. You know, but